I need to buy like 6 of these. I love these, man. I gotta get some colors. I want all the colors. This is great. All right. Uh, yeah, yeah, and y'all, I just want to make sure nobody here takes Coach Marcus for granted and all that he provides for the team and he doesn't have to do. Unlike myself, and unlike Coach Tina and Coach Seymour and Coach Kim and some others, Coach Marcus got a full-time job. Coach Marcus got to be to work tomorrow, just so y'all know. So when he's doing this stuff and pouring into us every day of the week, just understand he's like most network marketers. He doesn't need a job. He just likes it because they like him and it's cool. But the second he didn't like it, trust and believe, he would say, just say no. All right. But for right now, he is still our shining example. And thank goodness that he's still there, because a lot of people really don't believe that you can make millions of dollars in network marketing like Coach Marcus has in his career. He did that with a full-time job the whole time. And then even the over $900,000 that he's made with HBN, and I think $50,000 he's ranking up with GoDesana. This is all part time for him. So just know, if and when he ever decided to go full time, he would probably break every record that the company has ever set. So just understand, just because he's humble, don't mean Coach Marcus ain't a dog. He is an absolute dog in network marketing. If and no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. So that being said, this is how we show the plan. Let's start off. We're going to start off with GoDesana just because it's simpler, it's easier, and if you understand GoDesana, you'll understand HBN. So one thing that I like to do, Coach Marcus, who said this? But I love this quote: "Products on hand create customers on demand." Who first said that? Who started saying that with our team?
That was Stu, Coach Stu.
Oh man, Coach Stu, another six-figure earner that, I don't know where Coach Stu is, man, but still, but I actually like that. And I do that. So I always have products on hand. So I was going to Axe practice, and one of my buddies has a target set up at his house. And we were throwing knives because we had a knife tournament coming up. This is just a week or two ago. And knife practice did not go good. Knives are a lot harder than axes. But while I was there, we just happened to be talking. He said something about how what a hard day at work he had had. So I'm already thinking business, but even more so, he was like, yeah, man, he works on cars for a living. He was like, man, I'm absolutely filthy right now. And I'm looking, I'm saying, your clothes don't look dirty. And he had black coveralls on and black pants and whatever. I'm like, we work clothes and we throwing knives in the backyard. And I said, you don't look dirty. And he said, what are you talking about? He said, man, these are jeans I'm wearing. And I stopped and looked. You couldn't even tell. These look like black Dickie pants, like Dickies, like them Dickies outfits. He was coated. It was, I don't know if it's motor oil, carbon dust. I don't work on cars, but that's his full-time job. His pants were blacker than this chair, and they were blue jeans, but you couldn't tell. And what did I have on me? I had our new detergent. I had prayed for an opportunity. I said, Lord, I ain't even got to force it. Somebody gonna get this detergent in their life. It didn't even take 2 days. And I said, man, listen, I had to protect it. I said, man, I'm gonna leave you this bottle. I said, when we got done throwing, I said, look, man, when you end up doing laundry, use this. He says, man, that ain't cleaning these pants, bro. He said, when they get stained like this, it's over. I gotta go get a new pair. This is just, car chemicals, his name loss type of stuff. Name like, bro, I don't care what you're talking about. Here, now I've never seen our detergent work on stains that bad. I have never, in my 40-some years of life, ever seen stuff stained to the core. To the core. He sent me a picture today and said, man, he sent me this like a week ago. He said, man, I forgot to tell you, I washed them jeans with that stuff. He said, man, these jeans is blue. And he sent me a picture. I couldn't, there's not even the same pants. Not even the same pants. So he already wants to buy a bottle. I said, man, I got product on hand. We'll just square up. I said, keep that bottle. I said, that's all you, bro. That's for you and your household. Enjoy it. But you want to buy a bottle? I said, I'm gonna bring him to Try Remedy. I said, that's our heavy duty cleaner. He said, I can't wait. And I said, we'll square up. We got Axe League or tournament this week or something. So I said, we'll just square up at the tournament. So the point is, you have products on hand. You'll get products into the marketplace. That's going to be a very easy conversation for me to have with him about becoming a business partner, because although it may not be 100 CV out the gate, he's already going to make a $12.95 purchase. Why not start the free business? We can, and then you don't have to work on cars all your life. Okay. And so that's part of it. Now, another way, let me just give you some questions that we've tweaked. And this is very simple. This is a way to show the plan. If you have a video that you like, this works if you have a video that you like, and if you have products on hand. And we're just going to use laundry detergent, but it could apply to literally almost any product from either company. But boy, does this work good with laundry detergent. You can use this in person. You can use this via text. You can use it on Facebook Messenger. I don't recommend it in the post at all. That is lazy, but you can engage with people one-on-one in the chat or in a survey format on phone calls or in person over coffee or just in passing because it takes less than 60 seconds. So I would ask about, hey man, I would do me a favor, let me know when you have a minute, had a quick question for you. You can text that or say that, okay? However you would organically speak or however you would organically message someone is a way you can do that. You can even make it into a survey if you're technically savvy, which I am not yet, okay? So first question, do you or anyone you know use laundry detergent at least occasionally? And you can say laundry detergent, you can say laundry soap, whatever you call it in your region of the world. Do you or anyone you know use laundry detergent at least occasionally? Okay, that's going to be a simple yes or no question. You're only giving them one or two options. There's no maybe. It's a yes or a no. You do or you don't, and that's okay. Do you or anyone you know use laundry detergent at least occasionally? Okay. Second question, they say, sure, yeah, of course I do. Who doesn't wash their clothes sometimes? Now I say, great. What's your favorite brand? What's your favorite brand? And they're gonna say whatever they say. I use our brand, so I literally have already forgotten. Is MJ on the call? What are the brands that we use before our brand? I don't even know. I forgot that fast. I don't even wash clothes no way. That's not on. Is Tide? Yeah, okay, yeah. I was like, I'm just trying to remember. What's one of these called? Now, for the record, Tide and every single other major detergent. I did not know this until about a month ago, but every single major detergent has in it, with the exception of certain types, have hormone disrupting chemicals in a detergent. These detergent bake into your clothes and they are heat activated by the dryer and by your body heat, which is always 98 degrees. Those detergents are going to release those hormone disrupting chemicals into your body. And a lot of times people are having trouble losing weight because of what they wash their clothes in. I didn't learn that until last month. I was like, what? Because under the category of fragrance or some type of thing on the back of the detergent bottle, they normally call it fragrance. Fragrance is a code word that they can use to mask and hide up to 3,000 chemicals that are harmful that have nothing to do with cleaning your clothes. Yeah, perfume, things like they can call it a couple different things. So those chemicals get released in water when the wash, they are baked into your clothes and activated with heat. And then they are double act the second you put them on. And then when your body heat, 98 some degrees, heats up, they literally release into your body through your skin. And you bet not be sweating because it's even faster absorption. And so what ends up happening is it disrupts the hormones. You got to watch what you wash your drawers in. You cannot wash your undergarments in that type of stuff. You can't wash your clothes in that type of stuff. You're going to get bad hormones, hormone disrupting chemicals into your body. And you wonder why the men all be going to the doctor for low testosterone and low T, and why the women is getting the hormone replacement therapy for ladies now. And you wonder why the kids. It's not just the chicken. It's not just estrogen and chicken. It is the clothes, and nobody knew. Like nobody's talking about this stuff, but we talking about it here. And the research is rock solid. Yeah, UTIs, all kind of, they got bad chemicals going into your body, folks, and it's coming in through the detergent. So you might want to watch that. So even if you didn't tell a person that, you know that in your heart, when you start going through these questions, do you or anyone you know use laundry detergent at least occasionally? Oh, really? Okay, great. What's your favorite brand? Like, what type of detergent do you use? Oh, I use Tide. Oh, okay, awesome. And then we'll go on to question 3 in a second. But even asking them, you don't have to tell them that you know that their detergents are bad for them and hurting them and their families. You don't even have to tell them that. Your spirit, your energy will communicate with them on a subconscious level. And you just knowing that information puts you in a position of, I'm not trying to do nothing to nobody. I'm trying to do something for somebody. The best thing they could do is to say yes. And when you know that in your heart, just about detergent, when you know that in your heart, your closing rate and your sign up rate for customers and distributors is going to go from here to here fast, because now you're operating with a heart for the people. That's worth the whole call right there. Okay, so you ask them, do you or anybody you know use laundry detergent at least occasionally? They say, yeah, of course, me, my family. What's your second question? What's your favorite brand? Like what kind of laundry detergent do you use? Oh, I use Tide, or I use Drip. I use Tide. Okay, great. Third question, when was the last time Tide paid you for buying, using, recommended, or possibly posting that brand of laundry detergent? And they're gonna laugh, and then they're gonna go, never. Who? What are you talking about? Who's paying people to use laundry detergent? And they say, oh, well, one last question for you. If there was a company that would pay you every time you bought, used, recommended, or possibly posted about the laundry soap or the laundry detergent, would you want to learn a little bit about the company or maybe even try the laundry soap? And you could say, I'll repeat that one again, but I'm gonna give you a little tweak on it. I'm glad we got this on recording. Thank Coach Marcus. If there was a company, fourth question, after they tell you that nobody's paying me to buy laundry detergent, where they do that at? If there was a company that would pay you when you bought, used, recommended, or even posted about the detergent, would you want to learn a little bit about the company or maybe even try the laundry detergent for free? They're all going to say yes. Now, if you're an in-person person like me, you could say, great, let me know the next time you're washing clothes and I'll bring some over. No rush, no worries, just let me know. You can do that and make that an in-person thing. If you don't want to make that an in-person thing and you don't want to send them laundry soap for free because you don't have a bunch, because I know when they use it, they're going to buy it. But if you can go a different route. So I'm gonna repeat number 4 again, and I'm gonna talk slower. I keep forgetting that we have international team members on the call. English is not their first language. My bad, Francine. I'm going to slow down some on this one. It makes it easier for them. So the fourth question is, if there was a company that would pay you when you bought, used, recommended, or possibly even posted about the laundry soap, would you want to learn a little bit about the company or maybe even try the laundry detergent? Okay, very simple question. They're going to say yes or no, but usually it's a yes. Okay, and if they want to try the laundry detergent, you can sell them a bottle, you can send them a link, you can send them a gift card. If you're at 100 CV, you got gift cards. Totally up to you. Okay, but that is a great way. And a lot of times people will say, would you like to learn a little bit about the company or maybe even try the laundry soap? People say, you know what? Yeah, I want to learn a little bit about the company. You say, great. I can send you a video right now, and you can send them an industry validation video. You can send them the GoDesana video. I bet there's a way, I don't know how to do it, but technical wise, to combine the band class and that 90-second GoDesana video in the one video. There's ways to take a perfect business with Robert Kiyosaki because it's short and combine. You know what? I do know how to do that. I'm going to do that. And you can combine the videos into one and send a video. And yes, samples are amazing because you can use that set of scripts with almost all, not all, but almost any of the products. And that fourth question is more powerful when you say, if there was a company that would pay you when you bought, used, recommended, or posted about the laundry soap, would you want to learn a little bit about the company or maybe even try the laundry soap for free? And that's when you have your samples. Okay, so you get them to sample. But here's the thing: if you do samples, you got to tell them, listen, the sample's free for you, but it's not free for me. I had to buy that bottle of detergent. But do me a favor. I don't want any money for the sample. I know you're going to love it, but can you do me a favor and let me know the next time you're going to wash clothes? Because I want to follow up and I want to see how the clothes look to you and how they smell, especially if you use that deep green. That deep green had me with handfuls of laundry right out the wash. They didn't make it to the dryer yet. And I was just nose in it, just smelling how the clothes smell so good. I've never done that before. It's the most, we got the best laundry detergent in the world. I really mean that in my heart. It's such an easy sell. It's so easy to get people involved using that type of script right there. But that is a way for you to set up showing the plan, and then you can let a video do the work. The spray cleaners are amazing too, but the detergent I think is a more important product for people because the clothes are contacting your skin. That being said, let's dive into the money part of the plan for GoDesana, and we'll wrap it up with HBN. Thank y'all. How many people staying on this late? How many people we got on? Oh, we got a bunch of y'all on staying late. All right, well, let's talk about this money right quick. And Coach Marcus has an image of the levels, the 12 levels. I'm gonna see if he can post that in the chat so people can copy that. It's level 1, 2, 4. It's the same one you always use, Coach. And it shows the volume. It's like 400 some thousand in volume on that last level. And when Coach gets it up, I'm going to talk about it. If you can't find it because it's last minute, I'll just tell you what it is. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, you need to be writing these numbers down regardless. It just saves time if Coach happens to have that graphic handy. But you need to learn how to get a paper and pen and write these numbers down for yourself. You need to saturate your mind with this information about how these numbers work. And it's the same for both companies with one little tweak. So in GoDesana, if you sponsor two people, what level are they going to go on? Let me just ask you, what level are they going to go on if you sponsor two people at 100 CV? Yes, on your level 1. So how many people would you have on your level 1? These are simple questions, but I just want to make sure that y'all know. Okay, we got a file shared in the meeting. 1 second. Where'd it go? Where'd the file go? Oh no. Oh, there it is. There. Oh, Sydney. Okay, Coach Meyer thinks Sydney got it. Okay. Love it. Now, right there, all I want you to do, look at that file. You can ignore me. Let me hop off. Y'all don't need me to, yeah. What I want you to do is look at that particular file that Sydney just pulled up, and I want you to save that file. Save that image right now. Okay. Let me see. How do I make it? Can I make it save? There we go. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. All right, I'm back. Look, now you see what happens when I try to get technologically savvy and go do some stuff. I accidentally kick myself off the Zoom like like a moron. This is why I'm so blessed to have people like MJ and Sydney and Coach Marcus and Miriam and Coach Sonic and all these technically savvy, Coach Seymour for sure. I'm not good at this stuff. All right, yeah, me and Myrtle, we struggling over here. All right, so what I want you to do right now with that particular column, all I want you to do is focus on the first 3 columns, the one that says level, team, and volume, and just the first 12 levels. Don't worry about the other stuff yet. Just focus on those first 3, and you can screenshot that and you can crop it later. But all I want you to do is understand that when you sponsor two people, okay, when you sponsor two people, what you're doing there is you're getting 200 in volume on your first level, okay? And all you're doing is helping those two people by teaching them, and you're helping them sponsor their first two people, okay? And when I say two people, that's an oversimplification. I mean, if they sponsor 8, 9, or 10 people, 2 of them will probably stick around. That's just network marketing, real life right there. Don't let everybody that stay, okay? But you didn't sponsor anybody on levels 2 through 12. But please put a 1 in the chat if it makes sense about how you get a team of 4,096 people on that 12th level. If that doesn't make sense, it's okay. That's what this training right now is for. Put a 2 in the chat if it doesn't make sense. And it's okay. Okay. If it doesn't make, we've talked about this for weeks, but there are still new people on or still trying to get this concept figured out. If this doesn't make sense to anybody, put a 2 in the chat. If it makes sense, put a 1. Okay. Now, for the record, all we're doing, because Sandra said in between, that means we're getting there. Good. All we're doing is sponsoring. Okay. I see Shay is okay, is new to the call. Good. So here's the thing. When you sponsor your first two people, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Shay. I hope so. When you sponsor your first two people at 100 BV, your goal is then to teach them to do the same thing you did. So if you met them on Facebook and sponsor them eventually, and those two people are the people who are serious, okay? When you, and these are not talking about customers, we're talking about distributors right now, people who are like you, people who join to build a business, okay? When you sponsor those two people and you teach them to do the same thing you did, the same script or the same social media play or the same video that you used, eventually, if they show the plan enough, they are both going to sponsor their two people, which are going to go on their level 1, but it's going to go on your level 2, which means that you will have two people on your level 1 that you brought in, but then you'll have 4 people on your level 2 that your two people brought in. So if I sponsor Miriam and Marcus, okay, lucky me, right? But if Miriam and Marcus sponsor 2 people apiece, I will now have 4 people on my second level. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. It's simple duplication, and it's gonna not be confusing because you're only doing what you did. If you joined at 100 BV, I want to find 2 people who join at 100 BV on the same auto ship I'm at. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when those 4 new people do the exact same thing you already did, remember, there's nothing else to teach. Don't make this complicated. Don't get fancy. However they got signed up, make sure they have the ability to sign up their 2 people and show the plan the same way you did. Because when those 4 new people show the plan, they're going to eventually sponsor 2 people apiece, and that leads to 8 people on your level 3, and that is why you see 800 in volume on that level, because everybody's at 100 BV. Does that make sense? Put a 1 in the chat and we can move on. Okay, we'll skip right to the good stuff. Okay, good. And the reason we're so repetitive about this, if it's still not clicking, put a 2 in the chat, and I will do a special call later this week with anybody who is struggling with that. We'll knock that call out on Tuesday, okay? If anybody needs that. But other than that, it should make sense for most of our people. And if you're still struggling, you can get with the person who invited you on the call. All right, Shay, and whoever your sponsor is, you can reach out to them, and they'll get with me, and we can set up a call for as early as Tuesday, and we can do a Zoom to make sure this makes sense. But let's get to the end of it. So if you look at 12 levels, Shay, you're good to go. You got Miriam, she gonna get you right. Don't worry about it. But if she wants to pull me in on a call, I'll make myself available for that call. But yeah, you're good to go. You knew because Miriam's on fire, but you couldn't have a better sponsor. Let me just be clear about that. So that's why Miriam's on the calls, because she's a pro. Yeah, you're good to go. She's made thousands and thousands of dollars, and she definitely understands this. She'll help you. You just must be new. And welcome to the family. Welcome. We're glad to have you here. So if you look at level 12, there are 4,096 people just on that level. If you were to add up the total number of people in that group, it would be over 8,000 people. So my question becomes, how many people out of your team of 8,000 did you sponsor? And remember, we're only focusing on the first three. We're only focusing on those first three columns. Don't worry about nothing else other than level, team, and volume. That's it. You sponsored 2 people out of 4,000. Now, myself and Marcus and others, we've built teams of thousands and thousands of people. So just understand this is how it can work. And this is the way that makes sense for most people, because you need a plan to show people what they have to do. And then when they do it, this is the result they'll get, but they got to do it and teach it. Now, when you add up that volume, that is going to equal 818,000 in volume. Please let me know if that makes sense. All we're doing is adding up those levels, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense, okay? That is an organization of 818,000 in volume. You don't do that much volume by yourself. You don't do that much volume by trying to sponsor or sell 80 products a month. It's impossible. No human being is going to sell 8,100 CV orders a month. It's simply never been done, nor is it designed to be done. Network marketing is designed not to have one person do a lot. It is designed to have a lot of people do a little. Like what? Sponsor 2 people. That's 200 BV in sales total spread out over your 2 distributors. So that is how you get to over 800,000 in volume. So ladies and gentlemen, with the GoDesana pay plan, as it currently stands, there is a 6% payout. So all you duplication, that's exactly what we call it. All you have to do to calculate your GoDesana check is multiply 818,000 by 6%. Anybody want to put that number in the chat for our new people to have their minds blown? Anybody? I know what it is. And I can tell you, it's fun if you make that much with any company in the world. 818,000, okay? And you want to multiply that. Nope, Rhonda, nope. We have 818,000 in volume, and we are going to multiply that times 6%. Okay, Miriam nailed it. That is literally $49,000 in commissions, ladies and gentlemen. $49,000 in commissions. So please understand, if you build a team of, look, Francine says he's lost. It's okay, Francine, we will get you right. Do not worry. If you build a team, okay, of 2 people and you duplicate that, do you see how you can end up with a team of over 8,000 people? I'm just curious, does the math make sense about you sponsor 2 and help them sponsor 2? Okay, that is crucial. Now, when you sponsor 2 who sponsor 2 and you duplicate that 12 levels deep at 100 BV, that is going to get you 818,000 in volume. All right. So Francine, that would be your entire team doing 100 CV in volume apiece, which is what we do every month. And that will give you in that month, 818,000 in volume. Now, once you have that 818,000 in volume, that's all 12 levels added up, okay? Once you have 818,000 in volume, the GoDesana pay plan is going to multiply that times 6%. And then it's going to give you that check. So 818,000, if you take 6% of 818,000, that is a little over $49,000. So if your organization does 818,000 in volume, your monthly check is $49,000. Okay, that is a lot of money to make in a monthly basis, but that's not all. With GoDesana, of course, you're going to be paid every month for all your customers. And you're also going to get check match. And check match is really strong because check match is going to be exactly half of what you get. And the GoDesana pay plan is going to give you 10% of what your 2 people that you sponsor get. You're going to get 10% of that. So if they're at 25,000 a month, because you're at 50, give or take, you're going to get 10% of 25,000. That's 2,500 times 2. That's 5,000. So just with the check match and the matrix, you're over 55,000, and your fast starts, you're over 55,000 a month. And this is why I am of the personal opinion that if the GoDesana pay plan only had 3 parts, if all it had was my fast start commissions, because I want to be paid for every customer and every distributor, and all it had was the 6% matrix, and all it had was the check match, which is based on the 6% matrix, they could take away everything else and I wouldn't care. They can take the leaderboard, take it, the SAP bonus. I love it. I'm gonna be sad to see it go, but take it. I don't care. They can take every single other part of that pay plan. But you leave me those 3 things, and we will still run it up bigger than any company in network marketing today. No company will be able to make as much for their teams and their team members than GoDesana can. And that pay plan is simple. Doesn't require any balance, no right leg, left leg, ain't none of that. If you build it how you build it, how we teach it, you'll be at that amount. That is easily over $50,000 a month. And if you want to go to the top of the company and get bigger check matches, you can. That'll get you over 100,000 a month. But the bottom line is that's good to go. And that is strong. Okay. Period. Point blank. It was strong before. It's even stronger now. And we hope that we'll keep that 6%. But even if it was 3%, and we kept the SAP bonus and the leaderboard and the unilevel and this and that, I wouldn't be mad. It'll still get you about that amount. Now, this is why the HBN pay plan is simple as well. Okay, this is why simple as well, because the build out to get to 818,000 in volume is the same. You build HBN and GoDesana the same way. It will pay you the same, but it will pay you differently. So let me do that. And then that's all we got on the call tonight. Thank y'all for sticking around. Hopefully this recording makes sense. So you're only personally sponsoring 2 people who stick. You help them do the same thing, 2 who get to 12 levels deep. Each person does 100 CV auto ship. You're going to get 6% of the volume. That's 49,000 a month in pure matrix pay. Add everything else, you're over 50-some thousand a month. HBN is very simple because now the rank at HBN is tied to volume, and all you got to do is build a 2x2 and don't worry about being a platinum or going executive. Okay, so for example, if you want to be an HBN diamond, all you have to do now is build a 2x2 that does 200,000 in volume. That's going to get you 100,000 on each leg, and voila, you're a HBN diamond. It's as easy as it's ever been. You don't even have to do the full 12 levels to get to 800,000 in volume. You can just do the first levels and get to 200,000 in volume, and you'll be a HB. You will hit HBN executive, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, pearl, sapphire, ruby, emerald, and diamond. You will hit every rank and cash out every leadership bonus on your way to get to 200,000 in volume. You don't even need the full 800,000 in volume to be a HBN diamond. But if you did do HBN 12 levels deep and you have 818,000 in volume, not only will you be a diamond, but if you use the HBN algorithm, okay, I'll tell it to you very quickly. You take the amount of volume. In this case, it is 818,000. You divide it by 400. That's 2,045. And then you multiply the 2,045 by 24. And that is going to give you $49,000, just like GoDesana, same money. Okay, so here's the HBN algorithm one more time. You take the total amount of volume in your organization. If you build it properly, 2x2, you don't have to worry about spillover. You don't have to worry about balance. You don't have to worry about any of that. Yes, that's per month. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff if you follow the best system. Don't worry about spillover. You build it 2x200 CV. You show the plan every day and teach people how to show the plan every day. You get 818,000 in monthly volume at HBN. Then HBN algorithm is going to divide 818,000 They're going to divide it by 400. That is going to get you 2,045. And then the HBN algorithm is going to multiply 2,045, and that is going to get you $49,080, the same as it is with GoDesana. So so you see why I don't care if HBN, she won't take away the star bonus, but I wouldn't care if she did. Honestly, I know she won't, but if she did, I wouldn't care, because with the fast start, the binary HBN and the check match, you'll still end up a millionaire. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, so quick question. Francine says she doesn't know where we got the 818,000. No problem. We'll say it right now. So Francine, you know that the team is 2 people on your first level, it's 4 people on your second level, 8 people on your third level, and so on and so forth. So Francine, do me a favor and put a 1 in the chat if you see how many people on each level, and that makes sense. So if you look at our third level and we have 8 people, if you look at your 10th level, you have about 1,024 people on that level. If you add up all 12 levels, it's going to get you a little over 8,000 people. I think it's 8,180 or something to that effect. Okay, if you add up the number of people on that, in those columns, you add up the number of people, it's going to give you a team of about 8,100 people or so. Okay, those are people in the team. Those are people. Now, all those people are doing the same thing. Those people in the team column, that's all people. 2 people, 4 people, 8 people, 6. Yep, maybe we need to turn the team to the people column. That would make a lot more sense. I like that, Francine. Good suggestion. We will probably change that. And we need to translate this stuff in French, because that would be I think AI does that. I don't know, but I think it does. Now, when you have those 8,000 people, they are all at 100 CV. Thank you, Coach Marcus. So when you have 8,000 people who are in that month, who are all have 100 CV auto ship, it is going to equal the 818,000 in sales volume, because you have 8,000 people, doing about 100 BV in sales a piece with their personal purchases. That is where the 818,000 in volume comes from. It comes from each person at 100 CV, and it's 8,000 people because we add up that column. So Francine, does that make a little bit more sense? You can put a 1 in the chat if yes, put a 2 if no. Right. So now that we got the 818,000 in volume, and we see how we did that by only sponsoring 2 people, now we see that it's just a matter of applying a math formula with either company to determine our check, and the check is going to be over 50 grand a month either way. So the GoDesana algorithm, very simple. Multiply it by 16. Very simple. I mean, by 6%. Very simple. Okay. The HBN algorithm, a little more complicated, but it's divide by 400, which will give you 2,045. And then you multiply that times 24, which is how much each cycle is. Each team bonus is $24 for us, and we get over 2,000 of those, and that is going to be about 49,000 as well. And with check match, honestly, I don't care about any other parts of the pay plan with either company. I want to see them forever, but if they're not, as long as we got the core, which is the binary at HBN or the matrix at GoDesana, as long as we got the core and we got check match, and of course we have fast start, I'm happy forever. Okay, and that is so you can always do more levels and get paid more money. I'm just saying, by the time you get to 50,000 a month, you won't care. You're going to duplicate with people to help them because you want them to have the same success you had, but we don't need to go that deep in the training on it, because we want you to drive 12 levels down and make that $50,000 a month. And when you teach other people how to go 12 levels down, levels 13, 14, 15, and so on will take care of themselves, because you're teaching people how to teach people how to teach people. Okay. So let me know if that makes sense. I know it was a long call, but I appreciate the time. Y'all let me know if you have any questions. You can type them in the chat or unmute them, and I'll answer those questions for you. But we will go through this stuff 500 times in 500 days if we have to make sure that you are comfortable showing the plan and answering the questions. Okay, that's the thing that I say about the HBN pay plan. It does get a little tricky for people who haven't done network marketing before, because they're like, well, why is it 400? Don't worry about that. Just know it's divided by 400. Well, how much is a cycle? 200 from the pay leg? Don't worry about all that. Divide by 400, take that total, multiply by 24. That's your check. You can learn all of the cool stuff, the technical stuff on the back end once they're involved. This is just a part of showing the plan so that people can see the potential, how much money it gets made, and then they can see a potential path that of activities that they can do. That's a very important thing. You're welcome, Miriam. Thank you. That is the value that when you know how to show the plan to people, I don't care if they say yes or no, but when you show the plan, you're showing the products are already there, but you're showing how much money can be made and how the money gets made. So it's not mysterious and confusing. And then when people say, wait, Miriam, you joined at 100 CV. I'm about to join at 100 CV. That's something I can actually do. Somebody else can probably do that too. And you mean to tell me if I just help that duplicate, that's how much I get paid? And you say yes. You say yes, because that's the difference between us and a lot of other companies. We're going to show people things they can do. You can 100% show the plan until you sponsor 2 people. We're going to show people how the money works. Okay. We're going to show them how the money works, where it comes from, the product sales. It just makes sense. And this is why it's never bad to share a product training and things of that nature. This is how the money works. And I want everybody to have this type of success if you want it. All right. Let's see. Got any questions in the chat? Let's get those questions answered and we will get up. I guess. Yeah, and what now Sydney's gonna tell you this is no joke. And this is Sydney went and got the passport. She moving out the country because she can do it like a boss. She says the confidence is weaker until you get this. Okay, facts. All right, your confidence goes through the roof once you know how to show the plan. That is why I wanted to make sure that for the last several weeks of calls, we've been talking about showing the plan and how to show the plan. And if the charts are in the back office, that Coach Marcus can put it in the leadership chat or in the group chat so that people can get those charts if he wants to share them. He made those charts if he even wants to share them. But my point is, if you get the charts are not for you to share with people. The charts are there for you to be a learning tool for you to learn how to draw this out and explain it yourself. The charts are a teaching tool. You can use the charts on a PowerPoint presentation because Coach Marcus is not going to have time to train 80 people on a Wednesday night. I mean, on a Thursday night. But for you people who are got really fired up, like you're ready to get it. You're like we were at the beginning when you first started clicking. You want to learn how to draw the plan out because I can just tell you from doing this thousands of times. When someone is looking at the plan and learning the plan from you, if you write all the numbers out and draw it out at first, they're going to be blown away. I just know from experience, it works better when you draw out one level and 2 levels and ask them questions about how they got 2 people on that level and how they got to 400 volume on the second level. And that's the real value. Yeah, y'all can watch this recording as much as you need, but I'm gonna personally tell you, sharing these charts is gonna hurt you more than it helps you. You need to learn how to draw these yourself and walk your prospect down the logical path, level by level, until they understand how much money really can be made here. You don't want to just jump to level 2 talking about we got 818,000 in volume. Look, no, you want to walk it down the way we've done in previous calls. It's going to make you better. They're going to understand better. And if you knew in your heart that you really only need to sponsor 2 people and you know that, you are going to be totally fine with putting in the work that it takes to give the best presentation possible to that one person, because that's probably your 2. That's probably one of your 2 right there. And you'll never, look, you do the presentation the right time twice, you'll never have to do it again. You can just teach it, okay? Yeah, Coach Marcus said you learn the comp plan by earning the comp plan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I know it's a long call. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Glad y'all stuck around. It'll definitely help you a lot to really get this down on how to show the plan and get people involved with the products with GoDesana and the products with HBN. But showing that plan, drawing it out on a piece of paper or a napkin or a whiteboard, that is where I have always excelled. And I want you to excel there too. Like Sydney said, your confidence will go through the roof. Your confidence will go through the roof. And when your confidence goes through the roof, your recruiting is going to go through the roof. All right. So y'all have a good night, and we will see y'all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central on Coach Marcus's call. Thank you, Coach Dr. Dorothy. I'm glad it was worth your time. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you on the next one.